Welcome everyone. Welcome to this live video. In just a moment, I'm going to be sharing with you all some great surprises, but let's watch this video first. Welcome everybody. We are now live for the virtual open house by Lego Creatives. We are going to have a podcast interview. And for that, I'm going to bring right now my really good colleague and friend who is now based in Spain. Her name is Carol Valencia Canela. Well, and for that, I'm going to bring right now. Hey everyone, so we are now live on LinkedIn. Welcome to the Lego Design Show. My name is Tessa Manuelo. I'm the founder and the CEO of Lego Creatives. And I want to say thank you so much for watching this live or this replay video. You will see in this week's show that we have a lot happening at Lego Creatives. There's really incredible things that are happening. And so I would like to do this video in order to share the highlight of the virtual open house that was hosted on the weekend. Also to let you know that we have a great podcast interview coming up with my great friend, Carol Valencia. But also, I want to talk in this week's show about how to move from knowledge-based education to skill-based education. I think this is what's going to interest you the most. And so I want to say welcome to all and every one of you. Please do not hesitate to let me know where you are watching this video from. Where are you tuning in from? Let me know in the comment section right below. You know that we started this live show since last week, and we're going to run it every week. This week, we're a little bit late on schedule because I was speaking at an incredible event that is called Negotiating the New Normal. And if you have not yet taken your ticket, you can do so for free as an explorer, negotiatingthenewnormal.com. And so whoever is watching right now live, please let me know where you are watching from. Where are you tuning in from? So there are two things, actually three things I would like to talk to you in this show. First, I would like to give you the highlight of the Lego Creatives Virtual Open House. Second, I would like to let you know about the new podcast episode. But mostly, I would like to talk about how to move from a knowledge-based education to a skill-based education. And I think this is what's going to interest you the most, because we know in the legal sector, education is all about knowledge. It's all about understanding the laws. It's all about understanding how to bring an action to court. It's all about understanding the proceedings. But it's not so much about the skills that we need in this new era. In this new era, we definitely need new skills. And it's not just in the legal sector. It's really for any type of education, in any field, we need to enhance new skills. Actually, the skills may not be new, because creativity, for instance, is one of them. It's not a new skill. It actually exists for centuries, if not more. But what is new is to use them in the legal sector, in new field of expertise. And that's what we're all about at Lego Creatives. We're all about enhancing the 21st century skills for the law, so you can not just survive, but you can thrive in this new era. And I had a really insightful discussion earlier today with some colleagues on a great panel. I see Franklin is watching from London. Yes, this is what we're all about, legal design thinking. So you're in the right place. Make sure to follow me to get more insights and to stay, because in this video, I'm not necessarily going to talk especially about legal design, but for that, you can watch the podcast, the Lego Creatives podcast. But I want to really talk about skill-based education. And so earlier today, I was on a panel discussion at Negotiating the New Normal with my really good friend and colleague, Margaret Rose Godard, and her team. We were discussing about the future of education. Well, not even the future. The future is now. The future is now more than ever before. And so we were discussing about how to move from knowledge-based legal education to skill-based education. Hi, Gonzalo from Uruguay. Thank you for watching. And so I believe that it is not something that is necessarily easy to do, but that is necessary. And the reason why it's so necessary is because the market is asking for it. The market is asking for professionals to be able to do more project management, to be more effective in the use of technology. They are asking professionals to be available online. Almost, they're asking you to be available 24 hours, but that is not possible when you are just practicing yourself. You need, for that reason, to use technology and to create a process that is available online for people to be able to connect with you, to interact with you, to engage with you, to check the status of their case, of their file, of the project. And so for that reason, we need to enhance new skills. And that's exactly what we've been talking on the weekend at the virtual open house. We've been talking about what are the 21st century skills for law. We've been talking about especially what is legal design and how you can articulate legal design for your own practice. And we have shown real life examples of professionals that have been learning with me at 12 real life legal design projects that were presented by amazing professionals from everywhere around the world. Legal design is happening everywhere around the world. It is still not mainstream, but it's gonna be. And the question is, do you want to start now, or do you want to watch other people and then catch up? I'm gonna just mention a few of those amazing professionals that have presented on the weekend. Julian Cornelius, he presented a new visual contract for project-based web marketing. Also, he presented an ODR platform that is an online dispute resolution platform with his colleague Arnaud Cervera from Gotten Design. We had Cameline Leon from the USA present her new beginners, but pretty interesting legal design projects. Marina Baraponi with colleagues, Larissa Lima, Katsuren Machado from Brazil, presenting a series of incredible projects, especially related to visual contracts. Antonella Puntriano, she presented from Peru her project on legal design for policymaking. And all of that was co-facilitated by me and my really good friend, Sabrina Grolich from the Design Sprint Studio. And if you don't know Sabrina, well, now you will, because I'm going to briefly talk about her. She's doing an incredible work on the other side of the Atlantic, based in Germany. She is a pioneer when it comes to design sprint methodologies. And I've recently met her, and it was a great meetings of the mind. And she accepted to co-host this legal design art gallery. And I had really the time of my life with her. And so I want to share briefly the takeaway of Sabrina. So you see the perspective of someone who is an expert in design and someone who is interested in application of design for other, for new fields such as the law. She said, like, legal design is the way to change and disrupt the legal industry. She's also saying that there are many different situations that legal design can create huge value for people. For instance, systems for creating contracts, online dispute resolution apps, systems to onboard clients for law firms, to communicate laws better, to do contracts for design and construction, and so much more. And what she says was the key just for any design thinking project is to start now and to show quickly your process and prototype, because legal design is an ongoing process and you shouldn't be afraid of showing your prototypes even if they're not finished. Hey, Disera, welcome to this live. Gonzalo, thank you for mentioning about education. So if you missed this event, you can still watch the replay. You have the entire week to watch the replay that is available for you at legalcreatives.com. So do not hesitate, if you would like to watch the replay, to visit legalcreatives.com, to register for free to get the virtual open house replay, so you can see those 12 real life projects, but also you can hear from the panel discussion with my great friends and colleagues that have been using legal design to speed up litigation processes. Yes, speeding up litigation processes using legal design. And I'm mentioning about my colleague in Argentina, Alejandro Temporetti Oliveira, also Dora Arha, who has been using more visual design in the corporate settings and in a very successful way. Doha from Legal D in Tunisia. We've also had Mauro Martins from São Paulo, Brazil. He's been articulating so well how legal design can be used in different layers, starting with visuals, finishing with technologies. That was a really great speech. So I really encourage you to check out the replay, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna really enjoy it. As I said, you have 45 minutes of me speaking about the legal creatives approach to legal design. And then you're going to have a full 2 hours art gallery with those amazing projects in legal design. Then you're going to have a 90-minute panel discussion. And you're going to have also a sneak peek of the podcast interview. And that's what I want to talk to you in just a moment. And before I talk about the podcast, the 1 billion challenge, because at Legal Creatives, we are socially committed to giving justice outcomes for 1 billion people. And you can contribute. You can actually contribute. And you should, because it's only by coming together that we're going to be able to succeed at that. So I want to know how you're feeling about all of this. Are you yourself enhancing your skills, or are you only enhancing your knowledge? And I think this is something that's really important, to not just learn new things, but to gain new skills. And so I would love to know if you are actually engaged in enhancing your skills and not just gaining knowledge. So please let me know in the chat right now, when whoever is watching live, because we're all about enhancing the skills for the 21st century. So you can be prepared, you can be, or not just prepared, but you can be thriving and being more strategic. Actually, I want to briefly mention an insight I got on the panel discussion this morning with our colleagues negotiating the new normal. That it is true in some countries, education for law is very much based on metrics that are not necessarily taking into account the new needs of the market. However, the market is looking for a new type of professional. And so we are in this really difficult and interesting transition in education. And because maybe it is taking too much time for institutions to adapt, we see a lot of platforms that are arising, just like our platform, Legal Creatives, in order to empower you with those skills, so you can be more ready to meet market needs. So you can be also ready to bring new products to the market, and we can make sure to bring you and your products to the marketplace. And so for that, I believe it is time now to do this change. It is now time to do this shift. And because we are not necessarily supported by institutions, there are many entrepreneurs like me who decided to build a platform that is especially designed to enhance those skills. And the way we do it at Legal Creatives is we do it in a way that is very insightful, very accessible, very affordable as well, because we are really about empowering you to make new proposals into the law. And so if you would like to know more, feel free to watch the replay of this virtual open house. Now, I told you I wanted to talk about 3 things. The last thing I want to talk to you about is the podcast. But before I talked about what we are talking in the podcast, please do let me know if you have any questions, if you have any insights so far. I would love to see some engagement in the chat, because I really appreciate the fact that we are live together. And if you think this could be useful to a friend or colleague, just tag them right now or share this video on your feed so we can have a discussion. Because what I want to talk to you in just a moment, it's this podcast that we have relaunched recently, and we have such great feedback. I want to just give you a glimpse again of the new podcast that is coming up with Carol Valencia. Welcome everybody. We are now live for the virtual open house by Lego Creative. We are going to have a podcast interview. And for that, I'm going to bring right now my really good colleague and friend who is now based in Spain. Her name is Valencia Canela. And so you have seen a glimpse of the new episode that is about to be released on the Lego Creatives podcast. This is where I am actually giving even more insights as to what is Lego design, how you can do Lego design. Do you need to be a designer to do Lego design? Can you do Lego design as a lawyer, as a technologist? How can you measure Lego design? What are the skills you need to develop to be a Lego designer? I'm covering all of that in the podcast and even more in the virtual open house replay, because it's not just me speaking. There's actually a lot of really good friends and colleagues who are speaking in this virtual art gallery. As you can see, I'm going to just show you a glimpse here. The virtual art gallery with friends. There you go. There you see a little bit of Julian sharing his project. You will see also Dennis. Actually, Dennis also joined us. Dennis Potenkin. He also joined us to show us his projects. That is a contract automation tool. That is really a combination of Lego tech and Lego design. We've also had other many projects, and really, really amazing to have Sabrina on board with us. So this is the virtual replay that you can watch. I really encourage you to make the most of it. We're going to make it available for this week and this week only. Then we're going to cut it and bit-sized content to make it accessible in a easier to digest kind of format, because now it's a live streaming of 6 hours and a half. However, we have provided for you the right section, so you don't have to, spend too much time figuring out where you want to go, but you can actually choose what you want to listen. So that's what I really wanted to share with you all. And for those of you who are watching now live, please do let me know if you are on the process of enhancing your skills, or you just enhancing knowledge, because this is really important. In this new era, we will need to have new skills, for sure. And those skills are actually much related to creativity, being a critical thinker, but also it's related to learning how to learn. And for that, you need to understand that the world is going to change really fast. It's already changed so fast this year with the pandemic, and it's just going to continue to change. And for that reason, we need to learn how to learn. And we are on this mission to help you achieve that in the smoothest possible way. And we are very excited to be sharing with you all and to be empowering you to make those critical changes for the 21st century, so you can be thriving in this new era. So let us know. I don't see so much engagement today. Maybe you guys are busy multitasking. However, feel free to check out this great event, and also to check the podcast interview that is going to be released with my friend Carol Valencia. And thanks for being live. Really appreciate it. We're going to do more of that every Tuesday. So make sure to come back on Tuesday and to get more insights. This week was about moving from knowledge-based education to skill-based education. And to do that, you need to answer the market's needs. And to do that, you need to understand what the market needs. And that's what we're all about at Lego Creatives. So make sure to listen to the podcast interview. And I really look forward to seeing you grow, to seeing you take action, to seeing you get inspiration from our colleagues who have been presenting at the virtual open house. And I really look forward to seeing you also join the online academy that is going to open up for enrollments really soon, where we're going to bring you all of this great knowledge that is skills, not just, but there's a mix of skills and knowledge, because we believe it's a combination of both that is going to help you thrive, and a combination of new skills, new knowledge. Thank you so much for Franklin for the great feedback. And this is our approach to legal design. You can learn so much more by watching the replay. I'm not going to repeat everything I have said, but there are great times coming, and we're here to make sure you're going to have a great time and that you are prepared for the future and that you are ready to bring yourself and your products to the marketplace. So without further ado, it's 20 minutes I'm live. I'm mindful of your time. We're all very busy, but really thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching the replay. Do not hesitate to take a look at the legocreatives.com to catch the replay of the virtual open house only this week, and to start thinking about what are the skills you need to develop in order to be successful. If you need some inspiration, the podcast is really a great place to go. My colleague Angel Sumano listened to it and said it's a really good platform to start thinking differently about the law, to start thinking creatively about the law. And so I really hope you're going to give it a lesson. And this is how I'm going to end this live video. Make sure to tell your friends and your colleagues. And I will see you on the podcast. And I will see you next week for another show. Let me know if you would like me to address some questions. You can always ask me. All right, stay creative. Welcome, everybody. We are now live for the virtual open house by Lego Creatives. We are going to have a podcast interview. And for that, I'm going to bring right now my really good colleague and friend who is now based in Spain. Her name is Carol Valencia Canela.